My name is Nicole Goodwin, and at the time when this work was performed, I was a medicinal chemist at Lexicon Pharmaceuticals.
My name is David Kimball. At the time this work was done, I was the Vice President for Chemistry at Lexicon Pharmaceuticals.
My name is Ross Mabin. At the time this work was done, I was a research scientist at Lexicon's laboratories in Princeton, New Jersey.
So at Lexicon Pharmaceuticals, pioneered gene knockout technology, and from that we were able to identify targets for diabetes that people hadn't really understood or appreciated to the extent that we were able to. We identified the SGLT1, which is a glucose transporter that brings glucose in from the gut, that absorbs glucose, and the SGLT2 transporter, which is primarily in the kidney and is responsible for reuptake of glucose after it's secreted by the kidney.
Those of us who don't have diabetes take it completely for granted that we can eat a meal and their body automatically controls our blood sugar levels. This drug has tremendous potential to treat both type 1 and type 2 diabetics.
What we came to realize after studying and thinking about and brainstorming within the small team initially is that we could design a molecule that's completely different. It's based on 5 carbons, not 6 carbons, takes us into a completely new patent territory, and yet have specificity for those 2 transporters and not for all of the other machinery in the body that recognizes and utilizes glucose.
That gives us an enhanced glycemic control for patients with diabetes. And so all the signs pointed to there was no reason not to pursue a dual inhibitor. And this also would give us a differentiated position in the market because all of the competitive landscape is mostly around SGLT2 selective inhibitors.
And the reason other companies were focused on selective inhibitors for SGLT2 was it was known in the field that if you really strongly inhibited SGLT1, you could have these GI effects. So when we realized we had a drug candidate that didn't cause issues with the gastrointestinal tract, I think that's when we realized we had something unique and patentable.
We are hoping that this drug will actually be on the market in 2019, and that will be a really exciting breakthrough for anyone with type 1 diabetes. This will be the first molecule, oral molecule, that actually adds on to insulin and provides increased control.
For type 1 diabetes, this will be the first small molecule intervention since the days of insulin, which was over 100 years ago, back when Edison was alive.
Just to sit in this library and look around and just to be nominated for this award is really humbling and is quite an overpowering experience. Our hope is that we'll actually have a drug on the market soon that will reach back to when insulin was first put on in clinical use. That would be a great thing as well.
Thomas Edison is probably America's greatest inventor. To receive an award in his name is a special honor.
We don't do this job because we have to have that drug on the television. That would be really cool to see it when sotagliflozin gets there. But we do this because we love the science, and the problems and the challenges and solving them is the reward in itself.